I got to tell you guys, Sunday morning I was in church and this guy comes up and he goes, well, we got a quarterback, you know. And of course I said, praise Jesus. But I mean, still, I mean, we're at church. I mean, legitimately, we've got a quarterback.
Who's better? Just say it.
If you watch the UCLA,
Bless his heart.
If you watch the UCLA game, you look at it and you said, that was a good trade.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Swain, Chris Brown, Austin Price. Let's start with you. I mean, I don't want to get on the Nico train, but still, he looked good, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Our guy, Aguilar.
This is what we wanted, right? We wanted someone to come in and throw the ball downfield. We want someone to come in with poise. He threw the ball downfield. He had poise. He talked about it. That pass to Staley was in stride and going. So ultimately, this is what we wanted. We wanted to see someone do this, and he did it.
I mean, let's talk about the adjustments. He was excited.
Yep.
Some balls sailed. That's natural. It happens.
Sure.
But he adjusted. And he threw some third downs that hit the middle of the football field, very accurate to receivers. He ran the football, didn't hesitate, did not turn the ball over.
Yeah, this was nice. This
no
is a
interceptions.
Tennessee quarterback completing the deep ball.
Threw it with touch, gave the receiver a chance to make a play after the catch. So, I mean, he was great. It was the best debut for a quarterback under Josh Heupel since Heupel's been here.
How about that?
You know, I think just real quick, for him to be able to respond, and you hear him talking after the game, Austin,
Right.
he talked about just, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collective. I think Tennessee fans hadn't got to see that side of Joey, and they got to see him during the game and after the game.
Yeah.
He's 24, and that makes a difference. I mean, think about you at 20 or you at 24. You just naturally are a more mature person.
Yep.
I think that matters. All the talk about his interceptions, you know, at Appalachian State, I wondered going in, does Tennessee's ability to run the ball in the Heupel scheme and do the wide splits help him?
Yep.
Never really put the ball in harm's way. Now, he threw a couple down the field on deep balls that you would say, you know, maybe, but like at the end of the day, you're taught to throw some underthrow on some of those deep balls. And then two, what's the worst case scenario? It works as a punt. Like, you know, he didn't put any pass that was around the line of scrimmage, over the middle, even in the outs, in harm's way. And I think that's a great sign. Tennessee ran the ball effectively. Star Thomas looked really, really good coming in. And you know, so how do you not feel good about what the offense did? And they showed some different wrinkles. I thought what Joey Halsley did on that first drive, what the little, how would you describe it? Was like a screen pass, but it was like almost a hook pattern.
Shallow cross. The first play was Mike Williams.
Well,
on
that,
shallow
but I'm talking
cross.
about the one to Bishop, though.
Oh, that was a screen.
Yeah,
screen
but
pass.
it seemed like the route combination of it seemed a little bit different, though, than your normal just like
the screen was on the outer third of the field.
Either way,
rather than
that's
the
something
middle.
we've not seen. Throwing the ball to the running backs out of the backfield.
We have it.
Wide receivers. I mean, I'm just saying, we can talk about quarterback and how great he did. Could have been even greater.
Yep.
Could have been even greater.
There were some good things, but there
What's wrong with your position room
There were
over
some
there?
things that were good. There were some things that need to be cleaned up. I thought, you know, there were some passes that were a little high. I thought receivers, we could have done a better job to catch those balls. We got to make sure that Joey Aguilar feels good about throwing us the ball. And every ball's not going to be perfect. So I would give us a C on the performance for the first game of the season. But I thought Staley was great.
Yeah.
He was a breath of fresh air. It was good to see, you know, Browser coming off the injury, get his hands on some balls and make some plays. I think him and Mike Matthews needs to make adjustments. I think they'll do that. But overall, I give those guys a C.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think those guys, they haven't played very much. Brazel played a little bit sparingly last year, and you got a lot of young guys, right? So I think those guys are going to learn from this. Playing in an NFL stadium, playing against a team that's different. That's what it is. That's why you come to Tennessee, right, Swain? And I think those guys are going to learn. They're going to build. I think them seeing some other teams in the SEC lose helps us in a sense of like momentum and gain. But I'm with Swain. You come here to be a receiver. You come here to be that dude, and you got to play better.
Your position room's going to be just fine because Kitzelman is as good as he is. I mean, the one-handed kind of catch that he made.
Yeah, I think the tight end room's fine. I think Ethan Davis, got a penalty early. But in my opinion, Austin, the tight end room is fine. We have to find a way to get them a little bit more involved, in my opinion, to be able to like have this long stretch. But Kittelman is a dog.
So, yeah, so my position will be quarterback and running back, and then your position will be line of scrimmage. Okay, sorry. How did you feel about the offensive line?
Well, considering that Jesse Perry found out at breakfast that he was going to be playing right tackle and David Sanders
Which
was
you
out.
reported, yeah.
I thought they did fantastic. I said all off season I will beat that drum that the offensive line. Others were like, nope, I don't see it. And I said they're going to be better. And they were. I mean, they're more athletic, they're bigger, they're more explosive, they're nastier. Whoa, as they call him, Wendell Moy is a dude. I mean, he pancaked a couple of guys, and just and they said whoa when he hit them. Like it was not a good thing. But the offensive line did great. I mean, Tennessee ran for 250 yards, and Aguilar never took a sack.
Hey, listen, made some big holes for Deshaun Bishop.
And
I mean, at all of them, but I'm just saying.
Thomas ran for 92 yards. He led the team.
100%. I mean, they all did. Three-headed monster. They kept talking two-headed monster on TV. Kind of a three-headed monster.
Absolutely.
Definitely three. Definitely three.
Yeah, they kept saying two-headed.
And that was the interesting thing, Mark, going in. You didn't know how would they balance it. A year ago it was just straight, a one-man show in a lot of ways with a little bit of Bishop sprinkled in. First three series, three different backs.
Well, as I said last week, a little bit of we didn't know anything about Aguilar. There was a lot you didn't know. There's a lot of transfers. Sure. There's a lot of I sure like what I saw.
What I liked about it was everybody went to him as being the guy. Swain, the teams we've played on, you have a quarterback who's the guy, and he said it after the game. I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low. I'm leading the team. Everyone's looking to me, so I have to be able to do that.
But to Austin's point, Jason, I'll go back to you with this. To Austin's point, I mean, that's what happens when you get a mature 24-year-old man who, in 2019, he comes out of high school. Nobody offers him. He's got to go the JUCO route. Here's a guy that there's no prima donna. There's no I'm all about the money, and he wants to ball.
Also made a great point on the 24-year-old comment because you think about Syracuse's first touchdown. Tennessee comes back, Brandon Staley on the post route and two tight ends. And then the next time Syracuse scored, Tennessee rips off another touchdown drive where you had Deshaun Bishop rip off his long run.
Yeah, 47 yards.
And then he goes down and scores. So both times the Syracuse scored, Tennessee answered. That's a mark of a mature football team. This team is the youngest team that Heupel has had since he's been here. Young guys and transfer players, and this team is already showing their maturity first game of the season.
A couple of penalties, the one fumble obviously by Aguilar, but Tennessee got the scoop and score after that, I think that's a wash. But a couple of penalties, derailed a couple of drives, and then the defense, 3 of their 4 scores, Syracuse had to convert fourth downs to score on that drive. This game was much closer to being 52 to 14 or 52 to 10 than it was 45-26.
Look at the difference in rushing numbers. I mean, just as far as how many yards you're getting per carry.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Austin just said, this game was very close to being a blowout.
Yeah.
We gave up some early stuff, and they got back in the game, but no one was ever worried. I wasn't worried.
You give up a 4th and 8 and a 4th and 10. Most teams you play aren't going to have coaches that call it like you're playing PlayStation, right?
Absolutely.
Like we don't punt in PlayStation. Yep. They didn't punt a lot, right? They went for it 40 times a year ago on 4th down. They did it several times Saturday because they knew they were behind the 8 ball early when Tennessee jumped out to a lead. Most of the time, the defense is going to be able to get off the field when you get off the field after a 3rd down stop, especially at 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10, right? I mean, most teams aren't going for those.
Yep.
I can tell you that the most impressive stat from that list that was brought up was the 3rd down conversion for Tennessee's offense at 58%.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
You know how important that is, staying on the football field.
And red zone efficiency.
Exactly, 5 for 5 in the red zone. 4 touchdowns.
We do what we always do. We focus on the offense. We spent this whole first segment talking about offense, but our player tonight in the studio on the defensive side, we'll visit with him a little bit in the next segment, and then a lot in the 3rd segment as the Food City Locker Room, brought to you by Garza Law, continues right after this.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the Super Dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash. I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Glenn asks, Coach, how does one join the Vol Navy? It's a great question. Well, Glenn, you don't necessarily need a boat. You need a friend with a boat. Always arrive with beef, fresh cut by a Food City butcher, and you'll be welcomed aboard. This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
The locker room brought to you in part by Food City, tailgating headquarters of the Vols. Tennessee going to be at home a few times this year, obviously this Saturday. Place that order online, foodcity.com. They'll have it ready for you for a great tailgating experience. Tennessee at home this coming weekend against ETSU. Mark Packer, Austin Price, Chris Brown, Jason Swain. Let's switch to the defensive side. Our thoughts overall about the defense. I thought they got after it out there. Thought second half got a little sloppy, but felt pretty good in the first half for sure.
From last year to this year, you wanted to create more turnovers.
Yeah.
And you want to get to the quarterback and get him down. And Tennessee did that on Saturday. You got 5 sacks, had a scoop and score on defense, instant defense into offense, and then you had an interception where you lit up the quarterback, got a tip pass, got an interception. I think the adjustments would be stopping the run.
Yeah.
And you want to claim some penalties, but I thought all in all, defensively, we were really, really good. Again, there's a lot to fix, don't get me wrong, but turnovers, sacks, you love that.
Chris, I'll say this. I thought you look out there, Arion Carter just sticks out like a sore thumb.
He sticks out like a sore thumb. And I think when you get a lead, Austin, and you're playing ahead, it's a lot easier to call stuff that you normally wouldn't call. And I think that's what Tim Banks is trying to do, to get some stuff on film. Let's see some guys play. And listen, we can talk about Boo Carter all we want to. When Boo came in the game, recreated a turnover instantly.
Yeah.
So I think the teammates, when you have a guy like him, Swain, you have a guy like him that you know can be a difference maker no matter what he's done in the offseason. When the lights come on, you want to play with Boo.
You know, we look fast out there. Oh, sorry, I knew you took a breath there. You want to say something.
Colton Hood was good.
Yeah, oh boy, he's very good.
Colton Hood's good.
He's very good.
The steal of the spring portal window.
Yeah.
I mean,
Colton
it's not
Hood.
close.
Yes.
And really Tennessee's fortunate when you think about no Jamal McCoy right now.
Yep.
Ricky Gibson goes out with an arm deal there in the second quarter and never returned. Even a guy like Ty Redmond, who really played well for a freshman. I mean, you know, I think he had more PBUs on Saturday in that number 4 than Warren Burrell did in 4 years wearing that same number. And that's the truth. You know, so I mean, like
straight under the bus.
Well, hey.
Well, at the end of the day, I think
Facts
young
are
guys
facts.
is what you're talking about, Austin. Young guys, we have to get these young guys that we've recruited to come in and play, which is what you're saying.
Better get them ready in a hurry.
Yeah,
Better
so
get
I
them
mean,
in a
like,
hurry.
I like what they did. We talked about it in the last segment. You got to clean up getting off the field on 3rd down and 4th down. A few times they would have got off the field. Syracuse kept going for it. They just got to get healthy. You look at the back end of the secondary. You need Redmond to get healed up. You need, Ricky Gibson to get healed up. The question is do you play a guy like Ricky this week if he ain't going to be 100%? Because it doesn't make any sense to, right?
No.
Jackson Moy in the front 7 goes down. Got to get Hobbs back. Nathan Robinson really gave you a spark. Obviously, everybody looks at the strip sack, but I mean, he even before then was very active. But he's got that club on his hand, got re-injured. You need to get healthy for Georgia in 2 weeks. So whatever that takes. To me, this is a perfect game for the guy we're going to have in the studio coming up, and players like Isaiah Campbell, Marion Dye, a lot of those young guys that they need to get some real run this week because they're going to be needed and called upon the next several games when we get the SEC play.
Yeah, going back to Colton Hood, think about at Colorado, he guarded Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Every day.
One of the freaks that we've seen in the last 15 years in college football. He guarded him every single day. So going up against Syracuse receivers, really nothing for him yesterday.
All right, we're going to bring in our guest because I want to go ahead and grab him. Ethan Utley is here, defensive line. You talked about the opportunity to get some reps this weekend. First off, how much fun was it to get out there this weekend, get out there and start hitting somebody else?
Oh, it was definitely a different feeling, you know, just like running out of that tunnel. Even though it's not the power tee that we get to see every weekend on Neyland, just being able to run out that tunnel and feel that energy of the crowd, just feeding into us and helping us out on defense, being a 12th man and being a 12th defender. It felt amazing, just to go against somebody else, really let 120% go because, obviously in practice you want to protect your other teammates, but, when you're playing an opposing team, like, you're not thinking about how they feel. It's just really you want to have success on and off the field. And, just being able to let loose on somebody else felt amazing.
Ethan, talking about Rodney Gardner, talking about your position coach, what is he saying throughout the week that is getting all of you guys ready to make sure that no matter what the moment is, no matter when it is, you have to come in and be ready to play?
Just like his teachings, just like trusting your fundamentals, trusting your technique, trusting your eyes, hands, things of that nature, just to know that no matter how big the light shine, that you'll be ready for the moment and be prepared to go in. And, whenever your opportunity is called upon, you will be able to go out there and execute at a high level.
So what were those emotions like when Rodney said you're going in, and you take a step onto the field? I mean, you had this really good fall camp. You're waiting your time there yesterday. What were those emotions like when you knew you were going in?
I just had to breathe. I know the preparation I've put in since I got here in January, and just knowing that Coach Banks and Coach Gardner wouldn't have even had a thought of putting me in if they didn't trust me to go out there and execute my job at a high level. So knowing that I was able to get my first snaps in the first game of my freshman year was, my heart started beating a little bit, but, we had a TV timeout before, and I was able just to breathe and understand, like, this is still football at the end of the day.
Breathe.
And I was able to go out there and just execute at a high level. I was able to go out there and do my job and help the team in any way that was possible.
I love the phrase, the most basic thing, just breathe.
Just breathe.
So we're going to send Jason Swain over there for the Food City player perspective. When we start the segment and he looks at you, intimidates you, just breathe, okay? That's when we come back on the Food City locker room. It is brought to you each and every week by Garza Law.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Brent writes, Coach, know any good dad jokes? Hey Brent, thanks for asking. Why is grilling so great in Knoxville? Because the Vols always bring the heat. This has been Ask Coach Heupel, brought to you by Food City, the official tailgating headquarters of the Vols.
Hey guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Drop.
Hey, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
This water makes my hair so dry and brittle.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
Jeez, I hate the way my water smells.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
No matter how much lotion I use, my skin is always so dry.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
Do y'all remember how much fun we had finishing on the field inside Neyland Stadium for the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon? I've got some friends with some really good news for you.
Join us inside Neyland Stadium on October the 18th for the Finish on the Field 5K, presented by the Garza Law Firm.
What a great way to start the third Saturday in October.
It's the Finish on the Field 5K, presented by the Garza Law Firm. Visit finishonthefieldvk.com for more details.
This is a race where everybody wins.
All right, time now for the Food City player perspective. Austin, this is a guy that is just full of possibilities.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Was a highly rated recruit coming out of high school, has picked that up, had a great fall camp, got his first action yesterday, and Jason should see a lot more action this week against ETSU.
No, absolutely, Austin and Ethan. This weekend, ETSU, a great opportunity for you to play.
Definitely.
This fall camp, how did the offensive line help you? A couple segments ago, we talked about how good this offensive line is. You go up against them every single day. How did they prepare you for Saturday's game versus Syracuse?
You know, just getting a lot of different looks. You know, like our offense is not a traditional offense. Like it's not going to be simple. You know, you're going to get a lot of different schemes and blocking schemes and whatnot. And just knowing that the type of power that in hands and eyes and the consistency I have to have in those type of categories, just playing SEC ball on interior, especially coming as a young guy, like they preach to you, like you have to be technically sound. And just like hearing Coach Gardner each and every day, just like preaching to me, like you have to attack guys a certain way to be able to defeat blocks. Our O-line did a great job of just like come off the ball hard, you know, just like not shying away. Like we have great competition each and every day, whether it's one-on-ones or block destruction, just like being able to go out there and compete each and every day and feeling like what it's like to be playing interior in the SEC.
During recruiting, you hear there's nothing like wearing the power tee. Did Saturday live up to it a little bit?
Definitely. I think there's none matched to this background right here, just being in Neyland, but definitely just having that electrifying feeling of getting off the bus and having a Vol walk in another city that's not Knoxville, and just knowing that fans support you in every way possible, whether that's win, lose, or draw, just knowing that they'll be there, and just knowing that, like Coach G loves to preach to us, like you're playing for something bigger than yourself. You're playing for that last name on the back of your jersey, and you're playing for all the guys that came before us to lay the foundation, even the guys that were here just even last year, and just like the great defensive mentality they had to stop guys, create turnovers, create knockback, and just win the line of scrimmage. And that's how you win ball games in the SEC.
What did you learn about yourself after game number one?
I definitely learned that I was a little bit too overhyped in the sense of football is still football. Just like at the end of the day, you know, you go out there and compete like everybody ties their shoes up the same way, everybody puts their pants on the same way. So knowing that I was able to go out there and still perform my job at a high level, whether that's high school level, middle school level, but now me playing at the highest level of my life, now being college football, knowing that I'm able to go out there and hold my own and compete at a high level was just like, I love to say I underestimate myself a little bit, but going out there and actually doing it versus a team like Syracuse, who actually is a good team, is a well-coached offense, knowing that I was able to withstand my ground, help team any way possible, and just like being able to contribute rather than just being a guy out there.
102,455 next week or this week versus ETSU. 25, 30,000 at the Vol Walk. Do you have your outfit picked out?
We gotta wait, you know. Like that's the good thing about Coach Hype. He's an amazing player coach, so he's gonna allow our team leaders to pick the outfit. You know, I mean, if it is one of those Vol Walks he lets us get a little fresh, I definitely have something coming. I'll be a little clean walking down the Vol Walk for the first time.
Any goals for yourself in your first game? I know you're going to watch the film. Rodney Gardner's going to get on to you. That's what he do.
Definitely.
But you're going to improve and you're going to get better. What adjustments you feel like you need to make in this game against ETSU?
I would say just playing a little bit with my hair on fire, you know, just like trusting myself, knowing that I'll do my job, create that knock back at the line of scrimmage, and then going to make the play. I feel like just taking that next step of actually finding the ball and going to make a play on the ball helped me elevate my game even that much more in these first two games that we've had.
What was it about Tennessee that drew you here?
Coach Gardner, his teachings, his consistency to continue to put guys in the league each and every year, and just like Coach Banks and his scheme and the defense that he draws up, like I feel like it was right up my alley, just like playing vertical, you know, allowing athletic D linemen to make plays in the backfield, create tackle for losses, get sacks, things of that nature. Just like it made my eyes big, just like through the recruitment process, and knowing that I'll be able to go here and make plays, not just be a guy that holds gaps and lets other guys run free and just make plays. You know, being in a 4-2-5 defense with a star on the field, like that allows you for a lot of blitz packages, a lot of 4 down, 3 down, all type of different fronts to allow you to show off your skill set in all different types of ways.
Joey Aguilar, quarterback from California. Jackson Ross, punter from Australia. Ethan Utley from Nashville, Tennessee. What does it mean for you to put on the orange and play for your home state? What does that mean for you?
I used to always joke with my mom, you know, like through my recruitment process, because my mom played basketball at the University of Georgia. So knowing that, I used to always joke with her, like telling her I'm gonna make my own way, and making my own way at the University of Tennessee. Like it just means a little bit more. Like all the guys she went to school with at Georgia, like they're like, I can't even be mad at you, nephew. Like, you know, you with Coach Gardner, so you know I know you'll be good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, like I'm gonna do my own thing, and just being able to wear that T and wear Tennessee across my chest each and every day, like it just means a little bit more for being a kid from Tennessee.
Absolutely, man. T-shirt says, I will give him all for Tennessee. Look forward to seeing him do that for his next 3 to 4 years here at Tennessee, guys.
Yeah, good to see him out there for sure. Hey, thanks for coming in. Good luck this week, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, sounds good. Let's take a break. We'll zero in on what's to come for Tennessee. Coming up next on the Food City Locker Room presented by Garza Law. Hang with us.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joel Ash, a Knoxville native and the owner of Ash Chiropractic and Wellness. We would like to help you on every step along your health journey, whether that's chiropractic care, soft tissue work, or diet and exercise help. I'm located in the Renaissance Plaza. You can give me a call at 865-671-1000.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Hey, keep in mind, big day coming up Saturday, October the 18th. Finish on the Field 5K, which is brought to you by Garza Law. Your chance to run a 5K and finish out there.
You running?
Huh?
You running?
No, he didn't say yes first. He was over there stuttering.
I'm not really a runner. I have never understood people who just go out and run. I mean, I'm sorry.
No, but we were walkers. We walked 78 miles.
We did. We were in Scotland. Hey, Keys to the Game brought to you by Garza Law. We'll start with Jason Swain. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say about ETSU.
Well, first, I mean, receivers, they understand this. You don't want to see any more drops. I thought too many balls were on the ground, but a lot of good things to take away from the receivers. You want to play everyone. This is the last week before you play Georgia, and so you want to get guys plenty of reps as possible. And I think the biggest story for the defense against Syracuse is you want to stop the run. It was great that we got 5 turnovers. They'll scoop and score, but you want to stop the run. So I think that's the most important thing for this defense against ETSU.
Chris? You talk about wanting to play well and like play up against playing in Georgia, right? That's a huge thing, and I think we have to be able to go and play. Do not play down to the competition. Obviously, we know we're going to be better than ETSU, right? So don't play down. Keep establishing a run. Keep doing what we're doing. We have a 3-headed monster. I think Star, we talk about Star, he's from Louisiana, which we didn't talk about that, but you know how I feel about stuff like that.
God, here we go.
Yeah, I know. I know. And keep creating turnovers. I think turnovers are a machine, and when you create turnovers, it just kind of bleeds down everything else.
This is one of the few times, Austin, where the next opponent is watching the show just because the show is on in the Tri-Cities market over there on WCYB.
Yeah, the key is pregame meal for ETSU from Pals, and I think it's a you have to tightrope this kind of game because you're a young football team. You need more reps.
Yeah.
But if a player is iffy, injury-wise, like could play, but probably could just really serve to wait.
Yep.
How do you balance that? That's something like Rodney Garner ought to balance. Like a guy like Nathan Robinson. Now played a lot of football, especially on the defensive line. Had a nice start against Syracuse. Did not finish the game. Probably needs the reps, but you also need him healthy a week from now when you play Georgia. So how do you balance that for guys like Rodney Garner or any other position coach that has a player like that?
20 seconds left. Is that a disadvantage of having Georgia this early in the season? Is it
You're going to have somebody early.
I like it. It's either Georgia or Florida. Who do you want? So let's get it done.
Let's put the ball down and play. Simple as that. I mean, Georgia has a new quarterback. Starting.
Yep.
I think it's better to play those guys earlier than later.
Yep. All right, there we go. Tennessee at home next couple of weeks. ETSU and Georgia. Jason Swain, Chris Brown, Austin Price. I'm Mark Packer. We will see you next week. Enjoy the game on Saturday over at Neyland.